You're doing the recap today.
Okay. Last week, Yenian found some blue magical lights that apparently he was the only one that could see and interact with. We got attacked by a extremely high level necromancer who we let go.
That's right.
And then we got exhausted along the way. Graven got really, really mad. Got attacked at the gate because the guards wouldn't open up because they were afraid of something roaming around during the night. And after we fought the beasts off, the guards came and got us, and now we are in Azavir.
You also forgot the bridge.
We also forgot the troll bridge. Yeah, I also forgot the troll bridge.
Where you barely got across.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's what we'll pick up this week. You guys are now in the town of Azavir.
I'm trying to remember what I was doing at the end of last week. Or last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We were just entering the city.
Yeah, there was the lights, then there was the undead guy, and then there was the bridge. And then there was the outside the gates.
Okay. Well, I mean, we all remember why we're here, right?
Yeah, so we're here to... Well, we're going to Azavir to kind of rest up, restock, and get more information. Then we got to go into the Windy Forest, because that was where Shadrak might be.
Yep.
And then from there, potentially find the Hammer of Pelor, so we can destroy A, the orb, and B, cure Rowan.
Everybody else remembers the fact that we have no guarantee he knows what this is. This is just where we were going, so it's our only lead, right?
Yeah, correct.
Right.
And along this whole path, we kept getting sidetracked.
Yes.
to the point where Kerveius was like, look, guys, I know we're all good and whatnot and want to help everyone, but there's a bigger picture going on and we need to take care of it.
So yeah, I think the only thing we really have to do in town is just see if we can find information. If anybody wants to go to shops too, it's always that.
I actually have a few errands I need to run, actually. Again.
Okay. I'm trying to think of where I could find someone who might know about Shadrak.
Well, what was the type of place your master would likely to be frequenting?
Well, if he couldn't make it, he'd want beer.
So that's good, because then we should go to a tavern, because we're going to need to inquire about an inn, which you three most definitely need.
Yeah.
Granted, we did rest for the night, so you shouldn't be as exhausted.
I don't remember, did we still have a point of exhaustion or not? Because I was never able to mark it on my character sheet.
If you took a long range, nice rest.
Yeah, we took that long rest, so we should be fine.
Yeah.
But we should at least get a room.
So I'm going to pull one of the guards aside and ask where the nicest inn is in town. The one that sells the best beer.
Yeah, sure. So you pull one of the guys aside, the best beer. So this one guy is like, oh yeah. Bubbles and Cauldrons has some pretty good beer. I think they're pretty good. The other guy next to him was like, no way. The Rat and the Skewer has the best beer. So like, as these two guys are like talking about the best beer, a third guy comes over. He's like, what? No. The Ma and Pa has the best beer.
Which one makes the most money?
You don't know.
You don't know which one would have the most customers night by night?
We don't count customers one by one? It's a very odd question.
Crowd size.
They're all about the same, I guess.
This was very unhelpful. Thank you. I'm just gonna walk away and go to the nearest tavern.
Sure. The nearest tavern happens to be the Mountain Pa.
I'm not sure if everybody else is coming with me or what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, I'll follow.
I'll follow.
Okay. So when we get inside, I'm just straight to the bar and I sit down and ask the person who's in charge there. Are you the one who owns this bar?
Oh yeah. So you now sit down. You see a young-looking halfling girl tending the bar. She looks at you. She's like, "Not the last time I checked. No.
Do you know where I could find the owner?
I think they're sleeping right now."
Well, it is.
What
It is
time
morning.
it? I actually have no idea what time it is.
Yeah. Well, because we just woke up. They opened the gates and we finally walked in. Because they wouldn't let us in at night.
Okay. Do you know about how much longer they plan on sleeping?
I have no idea. Mom and Pa stay up pretty late.
Okay. Well, do you know much about customers that come in here?
I tend the early morning crew.
Well, I guess I'll ask you first, because maybe he stopped by in the morning if he's ever come here. Have you ever seen someone come in? Usually they'd probably buy a lot of beer at once, maybe to take with them, or buy supplies to make beer.
Heard of a couple people like that. I guess.
Someone who wouldn't be living in town.
Think I know of someone, but he's off in the forest a ways.
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay.
Do you know when the last time he came to town was?
Yeah, like 4 days ago.
Does he ever mention about how far into the forest he lives, anything like that?
A day and a half, maybe.
Talk about any ponds or anything next to him? Has he ever mentioned exactly where he lives, or like?
No, he just complains about the walk.
Okay. See how much gold I have. Actually, I haven't checked my sheet in a while. I'll leave 2 gold on the counter for her and thank her.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. Well, we know he's out there.
Well, someone fitting the description, anyways.
Possibly, yeah. But I got a good feeling about it.
I mean, there's a lot of coincidences lining up here.
Do we know? Did you find out where exactly this place is?
No, he doesn't seem to tell anybody exactly where it is. Just it's about a day and a half.
Well, we can start out now if you want.
Well,
Unless
I think 2 other people had some things to do first.
I mean, you want to go explore and investigate, maybe get a more accurate destination?
Yeah, I'll go see if I can find any guards towards that side of town. Maybe they have a gate on that side.
What are you two gonna do?
We can explore around town. I don't know.
Well, who said they needed to do something in town?
I did.
Okay.
I just need to go see a blacksmith, that's all.
Okay.
A blacksmith for what?
Albert gave me a recipe for some bullets for the gun.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you've got something to. Graven, you've got something to do. Yenian, you've got something to do. And just kind of looks at Rowan, like, I got nothing.
For once, I've got nothing either. Shopping? I don't know. We could get
Do you guys want to leave
supplies.
today, or do you guys want to leave tomorrow?
I mean, I kind of want to leave today if there's enough time. Like, if you're done getting your bullets and you're done finding information by, say, midday, early afternoon, I say we should just head out and go. But if it's like mid-afternoon, late afternoon, we might as well just stop and rest.
Seems
I
like a
don't
sound plan.
I don't plan on taking long.
So how about you go? How about this? You go get your bullets, and the three of us will go kind of explore the town, try to investigate and find information about trying to pinpoint this location, and meet back here, say around lunchtime.
Sounds good to me.
That's
That's good.
Okay. We're doing the worst thing you can do in a game, and that's split the party up.
Splitting the party.
Well, I'm going my own way, and you guys are going. All three of you are going the same way, right?
No, we're spreading out.
Oh, everyone's spreading up. Okay, well, Yenian knows how to find me.
Unless you guys want to pair up.
Yep. I do know how to find it.
Do you want to pair up instead of splitting individually?
I mean, I don't think that's necessary, really. It's only small errands, right? We'll be back here in just a few hours.
Yeah, that's why I was like, we'll split up and just investigate.
Don't do anything stupid, guys.
Wouldn't
I look
dream
at
of it.
Yenian.
Kettle calling the pot black.
I'm gonna head to the northern guard gate.
Okay, how about
If
you
they have
go
one.
north, I'll go east, you go west?
Yeah, sounds good.
Is there a blacksmith down south?
Probably.
I'll go sit down. I'll go sit down.
All right, so you just do the thing first. I guess I don't know. Let's go, Yenian.
So yeah, I head straight towards the wall as over to the north side. See if they have a gate.
Yeah, they have a gate.
I'm gonna look around to gauge who I expected the most in charge of the guards here.
They all seem like just normal guardsmen who are on their post.
Nobody special. Okay, so I'm just gonna walk up to one of the closest one, the one to be at the door.
Yep.
And ask him about a monk who comes to town every so often, usually leaves with beer.
Monk, you say? What's he look like?
He's elvish, but a little bit taller than me. Same sort of build. He's usually drunk.
He goes to talk to his friend. They talk it over for a little bit. It's like, I think I've seen someone like that. I'm not totally sure, though.
Do you know which way he might normally go?
They seem to be thinking it over amongst themselves, trying to remember the details the best of their ability. They look you over. They look to like the outside of the gate, kind of rub their chins a little bit. I think he goes into the forest.
Just kind of face palm a little bit. Yeah, like direction of the force. Does he head to the left? Or you go out that way, or does he go straight in?
They just kind of point in a direction.
If is there any paths out there, or is it all just overrun?
I mean, there's some paths. Yeah, most of it's overrun.
And do you know the last time you saw him?
A couple days ago.
Okay, sounds good. And I'll turn around and I'll pull out the stone of tracking or whatever that I have for Graven, and I'm gonna follow it to him.
Sure. it leads you directly to Graven. All right, I guess let's do Graven next. Graven, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go find a blacksmith.
All right, you find yourself a blacksmith shop called. Let's see. Copper, gold, and hammers.
Copper, gold, and hammer. It's original. I like it. I walk in, and is there anyone there?
Oh yeah, there is a person at the counter.
I walk towards them and I say, "Hello. I'm wondering if you would be able to help me."
Yeah, the person at the counter kind of looks you over. He's like, not a local, huh?
No.
You don't seem like one. What do you need?
I have this recipe right here, and I'm wondering if you can make some bullets for me. And I show him the recipe.
And he takes the recipe, looks it over. Whoever made this made it pretty good. Certainly knew what they were doing. What did you say your name was again?
My name?
Yeah.
It's Graven. Why do you ask?
Nice to meet you, Graven. How many of these do you want? You thinking?
How many are you willing to make for me?
Depends entirely how much you're willing to pay.
Would I perhaps need a pouch of carry these, I wonder?
What?
I would need some sort of pouch, right? How much would the pouch be able to carry?
I mean, if you give us the money, we can provide you with a pouch to carry it.
Okay. What's the maximum load of the pouch?
I mean, it's just how much you can carry. It's not. I don't know what you're trying. I don't know what you're
okay.
asking. The person kind of like freaks out. It's like, just tell me how much you want, and I'll make it for you.
Okay. How many for 14 bullets?
14?
Yeah.
I guess I could do it for. Like 10 gold?
10 gold for 14 bullets?
I mean, bullets are just lead, gunpowder, packing.
Oh, I thought it would be a bit more expensive.
No, lead's pretty much a dime a dozen here.
Okay, so then how about 49 bullets?
Why don't you just go a cool 50?
Because I have one bullet, and I show them the one bullet that I have.
Alright, fair enough. 49, I'll charge you 60 golds.
I will take it. And I hand over 60 gold.
Okay, takes the gold. It's like, alright, it'll take a little while to get everything you want.
Sure, how about how long?
Let's say 4 hours.
Okay. How about what time is it right now?
It's probably like 9 in the morning.
Okay, that's perfect. All right, I'll come back around 1 o'clock then.
Okay. See you soon.
Thank you. I wave him and I wave at him and then I head out.
No problem. And then Yenian finds you.
Oh, hey, Yenian. Sorry?
Did you get your bullets?
Well, he needs time to make it, but I just ordered 49 bullets. They'll be ready in about 4 hours.
Okay, sounds good. Who should we go find?
Well, do we have any way of getting to him? I mean, you only have a tracking stone for me, so...
You could probably run around
They
and look
can't.
for him.
Can't be that hard to find.
Yeah, we could go exploring a bit. See if we can find them.
Let's go find Rowan.
All right, give me a intelligence check.
Oh, us.
I guess that's me.
Yes. Oh, one of you.
Yeah,
Both check, right?
that'll be me. He's not intelligent.
All right. So, Rowan, what are you doing?
I go as far to the western part of the city as I can, looking for a western gate.
You find yourself a western gate.
All right, I'm going to ask one of the guards on duty. Have you seen a monkish-looking gentleman passing through here the past few days? May or may not have had a lot of beer with him.
A monkish-looking fella. A fella in robes or something?
Sure.
Does he carry around a staff?
Maybe.
Sure, a lot of maybes for some that you want us to help you with.
Well, I'm trying to help a friend find a friend of his. And I've never met the man before myself, but I know that he is a monk, and I know that he likes beer.
Well, we did see a man with a large case of beer walking his way through one of the other gates.
Okay. Do you know which gate?
Whichever gate that Yenian went to. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. So I think you went to the north.
Yep.
All right. And I want to ask the guard, the barrier around the town, is that active only at night?
No, it's active all the time.
All the time. So if someone wanted to leave the city, they'd have to leave through a gate, and if they wanted to come back through or into the city, they'd have to come through the gate.
Correct.
Do the gates close completely only at night?
Yes.
At exactly sundown?
A little before.
A little before. All right, and it's still early in the morning, right?
Yeah.
All right. I thank the guard for their time, and I want to walk out of the gate, walk out of the city. I want to turn into a hawk, and I want to scout a little bit going northward. Not going to go too far, but I just want to see if maybe I see any recent trails taken. That sort of thing.
Give me a survival check.
Alright, let me pull up my sheet. Survival.
Alright, yeah, I mean, there's quite a bit of tracks. This town seems to be one that's pretty traveled, but like, what are you looking for? Just amongst travels or tracks specifically?
Like anything that goes away from the beaten path.
Problem with going away from the beaten path. It's not the beaten path.
Wait,
Anything.
repeat that? Sorry, it cut a little bit.
That's the problem with going away from the beaten path. It's not the beaten path. So stuff that's stepped on off the beaten path kind of heals itself quickly.
So, like, no signs of, like, you know, broken branches or torn cloth or anything like that?
Nope.
Alright. I'm gonna fly back towards the northern gate, and a little bit beforehand, I'm gonna drop down and shift back into me, and then just walk back into the city.
Okay. So you walk back into the city, and eventually, like a couple, 2 or 3 minutes after you find yourself back into the city, your friends find you.
Okay. Well, guys, I tried to scout a little bit, but not much luck. I'd probably have to go further out.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, don't forget he is a monk, so like broken branches and stuff like that are probably like he's not even paying attention. He just doesn't leave trails that well. He knows how to make his way through the forest.
Should have tried wolf form. Maybe I could have sniffed him out, but oh well.
All right, and I assume you guys are going to try and find Kerveius next.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I mean, there's three of you. You probably know where he's going. Kerveius, what are you doing?
I head to another alehouse.
Sure. This one is the. I don't remember all the names I said.
I go to that one.
Okay, there you go.
For your sake.
I approve. Oh yeah, so you go to one of the three that are in this town. They all seem to be rather well liked, and this one is equally as currently full.
I go up to the bar and I ask, like, you know, I'm helping a friend look for his master. He's an elven monk, about this high, this tall. Apparently is known for drinking a lot.
Oh yeah, we call him the Drunken Master. Yeah. He was here a couple days ago.
Does he ever tell you like where he generally lives, or like kind of a general direction? Because we're trying to reunite student with master.
Nah, he just complains about how long of a walk it is to the forest.
How long of a walk is it?
He says like a day and a half or something.
Okay. But no idea where he might live in a general direction?
No, I just tend the bar.
Okay. How often does he come by?
Every other week.
Okay. And when was the last time he was here?
A couple days ago.
Oh, so he probably won't be here for another week or two.
No, probably not.
Okay. Alright, thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah,
and I go
no
to the third
problem.
bar. And ask
Okay.
the same questions.
Yeah, you get the same exact answers.
Okay, and then I go back to the original bar because I said we'd meet up there at noon.
All right, and eventually noon comes by, and your three compatriots come walking into the bar.
Any luck?
He comes by every other week. He was last in the area about a few days ago, so which means if we even try to wait for him, it's gonna be 2 weeks, which that ain't gonna happen. Lives in a forest about a day and a half walk, and he's known around these parts as the Drunken Master.
Well, according to the city guards, they think it's somewhere north of here. North-ish. So, do we finish errands and leave?
Yeah, so I gotta wait about 1 more hour and then I can get those bullets.
Okay.
So we got an hour to kill.
While we're at the bar, I'm gonna look into buying like a keg.
Yeah, sure. It's gonna cost still like 50 gold, I think.
50. Okay.
But as you do that, I'm like, are you gonna carry that over with us, or?
Yeah.
Isn't that like very cumbersome?
I mean, I can put it down if I need to.
Is it heavy?
Well, a little bit, yeah.
I just look at you and shake my head.
Kerveius, you want some lunch?
Yeah, kind of waiting on you guys.
I walk up to the bartender and I order a meal for me and Kerveius and also for Yenian and Graven.
Okay, it's gonna cost you like 5 gold.
Yeah, put it down.
Okay. It's a pretty alright meal consisting of pretty standard meal stuff. There's berries, a couple different fruits, some interesting looking and tasting meat, and a loaf of bread. It's pretty alright.
Guess we just kill an hour while we wait for his bullets.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, by the time we finish our meal and walk back over there, it should be almost done, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so probably let's finish eating and then
Okay.
Go straight over there.
It'll be about 1. Do we want to head out now?
I'm all for putting as much distance into it as we can.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get about half a day's travel today. That gives us another day, and then tomorrow we should be there by tomorrow evening-ish.
Yeah.
This is assuming there's nothing delaying us.
Let's hope for the best.
So we'll arrive there not tomorrow evening, but the day after midday. Within 2 days' time, 2-3 days' time, we should definitely be there. If not, then something's wrong. Or we get lost.
Yeah, this sounds like foreshadowing.
I mean, you guys are the ones doing the foreshadowing.
Yep.
I completely got it. We're just going to walk in there and find him right away.
Alright, so what do you guys do? You finish lunch and head on to Smithy?
Yeah.
Finish lunch, head over to the blacksmith, pick up his bullets, and head on out.
Okay. You pick up your 49 bullets. You got 2 bags, which hold 25.
Why 49 bullets?
Because he already has one.
Yep.
Yeah, but my character doesn't know that.
Oh, well, I tell you, because Albert actually gave me one as a sample.
You could have
Even
still
numbers,
gotten
I like
50.
it. Even numbers. I like even numbers. I think you've got a good head there.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, bullets were a lot cheaper than I expected.
Alright.
I thought it was going to cost me like 20 bullets for like maybe 200 gold or something.
Alright, so
Nope.
let's go.
Just mundane bullets. It's just lead.
Still.
Let's go.
Well, you can't recover them either, so that's a good thing they're cheaper.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe steel bullets would cost more, but I don't think you're going to find a lot of steel in the Feywild.
Silver
Yeah.
bullets.
Ooh, there's a good idea.
Holy damage plus silver bullets. Jeez, what a combo.
Alright, so we're going.
Yep.
Yes.
We go back to the northern gate and then take off in the direction they pointed me towards.
Alright, so usual marching order, Yenian in the front, me in the back, you two in the middle.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Troubleshoot something. Okay. All right. So the few of you head off towards your objective. You make pretty good time, not being accosted at all during this first half of the journey. And night begins to fall. Start feeling the worries of traveling through.
Alright, so let's find a safe spot to camp and rest.
I'll make sure to set alarm. And not forget.
All right, so as you guys set up camp, your fire is instantly snuffed by a small gust of wind.
Does anyone have
That's
protection?
That's
fire.
about the only strange thing that happens.
That's the only strange thing that happens?
Campfire goes out.
Hmm.
Can we reignite it?
You can certainly try.
I use predigitation to reignite the fire.
You light the fire with prestidigitation.
Predig. I just call it predig.
Prestidigitation. And it goes out immediately.
Do we feel the wind that blows it out?
You don't feel the wind, but you do see the effect of the wind on the fire. It seems almost localized to the fire.
That's not natural.
Yeah.
I want to use my my produce flame cantrip. I just want to produce a little flame in my hand,
Yeah, you produce the flame.
and it doesn't blow out.
But don't forget, it's a flame that produces no heat or smoke. So it's not technically
All right.
a flame.
So, All right. So I put the flame out. I expel my cantrip. I take out a candle from my pack and I light that.
Yeah, you light the candle. It goes on for like a couple of seconds, then is immediately snuffed out. You do feel the wind on your hand.
I don't think we're having a campfire tonight, my friends.
I take out a hooded lantern and I quickly turn it on and then close the hatch. What happens?
You feel a powerful gust of wind that's make me a strength check.
Oh God. Okay.
That rips the lantern right out of your hand, smashing it on the ground. The fire goes out.
Oh, my lantern. Well, there goes my lantern, guys.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any fire or light tonight.
Okay,
Yeah.
but is this like a natural thing or is this an elemental messing with us? Like, do we see anything?
It is called the Windy Forest.
Well, I know that, but that doesn't necessarily. I mean, are the trees blowing a lot? Like, do we see the trees blowing, or does it seem very localized? Like maybe something is doing it.
Give me a perception check. All right, you do remember that each time a gust of wind knocked out a source of fire, there was a quick rustling of the trees.
Okay, so it's something about the forest that doesn't like fire.
Pretty probable.
Probably. I mean, we had a mountain range that didn't like sound.
True. All right, no fires.
And I just kind of sit next to Rowan and just bump into her kind of purposefully. It's like, I guess we're just huddling all together.
I bump back. Just sort of like, yup, I guess just pull out the blankets.
I'll take first watch.
I'm going to meditate again tonight.
I'll take second watch.
So, just slightly out of character, has Kerveius been noticing Graven doing this with his bow? And does he know what he's doing? Because he's been doing this a couple of times.
He's mostly been doing it when you were asleep.
Okay.
So, not until this time.
Okay.
But Yenian did talk about it out loud while we were setting camp once. So it's
That is
like,
true.
Yeah. I'm
It's
just
not like
trying to
we're-
figure out. I'm just trying to separate player knowledge from character knowledge.
Yeah, I would say you talked about it pretty openly.
Okay. So as I'm setting up for watch and I see Graven doing his thing with the bow, I'm like, so has that been actually working for you?
I actually think it has. I mean, I do feel some sort of connection every time I do this. And I think that I will eventually get to know what it wants.
Huh. I wonder if that'll work with this. And I just kind of look down and tap on the amulet.
Maybe. I mean, Yenian's the one that came up with the idea. So
Well, what was the idea again?
to meditate and then concentrate on the weapon itself, or in your case, your amulet.
So focusing on the object.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that I could teach you, but I'm pretty sure that Yenian could do it better than me. I could show you that.
No.
Sorry?
Maybe, I don't know. Let me. How about this? I'll take. Okay, so I'm gonna take first watch. Who's gonna take second watch?
I'll take second.
Okay. And then who's gonna take? I guess then.
Well, if you want, we could split. Instead of me doing 4 hours of it, we could split it 2 and 2, if you plan on doing it.
Well, I have my idea that I want to try.
Okay.
So, but I'll do it. What I'm thinking is, I'll do my watch, and then after my watch, I'll do my experiment, and then go to bed. And then,
Okay.
So, so I'm just trying to figure out who's just. I'm just trying to figure out who I need to wake up next, while I make my attempt. So, and Rowan said she'll take second watch. So.
Mm-hmm.
I can take the last bit of watch because I only need 4 hours.
Okay.
Okay, so Kerveius, are you meditating with your amulet tonight?
Actually, the way I want to do is I want to pour all my, because I haven't taken my rest yet, but so I could theoretically spend a lot of energy into it and then take my long rest to recover it all. So I was thinking about pouring all my sorcery points into it.
Okay, give me an Arcana roll.
Nope.
Okay, so as you focus on pouring your sorcery points into it, you begin focusing on it, and you kind of force your mental fortitude into the amulet, and it does seem to resonate with you for just a little bit before it goes cold again.
Interesting. So
Yeah, you've done what you think you can to the best of your ability tonight.
okay, and then I go to sleep.
Who is doing it next?
I'm on second watch.
Yeah, you go through the watch. The night is dark. It's not really cold outside. It's actually warm, so it's pretty nice. You don't really need the fire, but it's cold and quiet, aside from a few sounds of gusts in the distance.
All right. Is everyone else sleeping, or is anyone else still awake?
I would, during your watch, I would actually be awake, but I'd be focusing on the amulet.
The amulet.
Yeah.
All right. While he's doing that on my watch, I want to shift into wolf form and just do a little perimeter outside of the camp and see if anything is around.
Yeah, give me a perception check with advantage.
With advantage.
Well, you're not able to find anything specifically, but you think you catch the trail of some mice and rabbits.
Not interesting. I go back to camp and change back into a person and finish out my watch.
All right, yeah, nothing accosts you in your watch. And then Kerveius and Graven, you have the next watch, right?
Yenian and Graven?
Yeah, Yenian and
Yep.
Graven.
Yeah.
We have next watch.
Okay, so what do you guys do on your watch?
I will be meditating.
I will be watching.
All right, give me a meditating check, which I think was a wisdom check.
Oh my god.
You know, it's the first time in this forest that constant sounds of small gusts in the winds kind of distract you from your ability to take to
I'll keep walking behind him. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, for some reason, Yenian is super, like, just on top of you about it. You can't really get any meditation.
I replied to him, "You talking doesn't help."
If you're gonna do something, do it right.
And the morning sun eventually rises. It is probably about 7 in the morning now.
All right, I guess we'll head out.
Yeah, pack up camp.
All right.
All right, so you guys back up camp. You head out towards where you think his master is. All right, so as you guys kind of, let's say it's about 1 in the afternoon, you hear some loud rustling and movement in the distance. You guys are here. You guys are kind of making your way through the forest. You found yourself an opening. And try as they might, some people in the distance just can't hide. They seem to be running and tripping over one another.
About how far away are they?
It looked like they attempted to set some sort of trap on you. Find the one I want. I would put it on the feed.
Is the map slightly blurry to everyone?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I like the map, but it's not very good quality.
Okay.
Couldn't find a better one.
So from the sounds of it, they know we're here.
Oh yeah, they probably know that you know they're there.
Do we see them?
Yeah, absolutely. There he is.
And right now they're fleeing?
No, they're just kind of like running over another, tripping over one another, not doing the whole stealth thing very well.
But they do anything. I'm gonna turn to Graven with the biggest smile on my face. Can I see your gun?
Oh my god. Here, I hand him my gun.
While they're doing that, I want to be shaped back into a wolf and just sort of stalk off into the brush a little bit and try and hide.
Hey, give me a stealth check.
You hiding from me or them?
I'm hiding in general. Stealth check? Alright, give me a second.
Yeah, and since you're aiming the gun at them, let's go with initiative rolls.
Well, I'm not hidden.
Let's go with what rolls?
Initiative
Initiative.
rolls.
Initiative.
I mean, they know you're there. You know they know they're there.
Can
They
I-
know you're there.
Can I ask you, what the heck are you planning to do with that?
I'm hiding over there.
I'm not sure, but I think you pulled this.
I think you what?
I think you pulled this, and I'm pointing at the trigger.
Ah!
By the way, I would have handed you some bullets, I guess, as well.
You couldn't get the 13 or the 17. You had to get the 12.
Alright, let's add some initiatives. Alright, how's the turn order? Okay, good.
Oh, wow, my music's super low.
It's happened exactly how I wanted it to.
No, now I'm gonna blame you. You didn't get a 13.
Yenian, do you want the
Oh,
stats for the
jeez.
gun, or?
Yeah.
Oh,
Could you message
Alright,
me those real quick?
so this guy takes a tough shot at Graven.
Wait, what shot?
A pock shot.
Is that a missile?
So, what it is, a hit, but
Just an arrow.
I need
I mean, I was asking because I want to use deflect missile, but I guess not.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, I can?
Well, let's see if you need to first. All right.
Oh.
So you hear a large bang in the distance, and you see what looks to be a red-hot projectile fly right past your face.
Red hot.
Mhm.
And there is a bang.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Yenian and say, "You're not the only one with a gun."
All right, Kerveius.
Okay, right where that rock is, in the middle of those four, right where that rock is, I launch a fireball.
All right, I want to need you to make me an Arcana check.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
That's right, we're in a
This is gonna be
forest.
this is
We're
gonna
in
be
a
the worst
forest that does
area
not
for
like
you.
fire.
Oh
Nice.
my!
All right. Despite the strange, oddly protective, magical feeling you get, you're still able to launch a fireball. Roll the damage, and then you feel a sharp pain in the side of your body. You take 7 points of damage.
As soon as I do that, I kind of like smack my forehead. I look at the trees like, I am so sorry. I totally forgot.
All right, that's
And then I hide behind the rock.
2 passes. So 38 by half is what?
16. And I'm just like, I'm sorry.
And then it is Rowan.
Alright, let me see something here. Alright. I want to... I'm still in wolf form. Wow, the music's really loud.
Mine is super quiet.
Really? Maybe it's just my computer then.
Well, I think you can adjust
There's
it.
a
Yeah, you can adjust the
setting
settings.
that you can modify.
Yeah, in this cogwheel you can move it up and down.
I can also move it up and down though, so I turn it down a little bit.
Alright, that's good. Thanks. I'm still in wolf form. I want to try and I'm just going to use my movement and then my action to dash. But I want to see if I can get here, but I want to sneak. I want to try and sneak so that they can't see me.
You are unfortunately not a rogue. You don't have cunning action, so it is dash or hide.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to move 40 feet. Well, I'll move 35 feet. I'll move over here, and I want to try and hide.
All right, give me the hide check.
Question, because the wolf has +4 on stealth. How do I do that? Because, like, my first stealth is just +1. Do I just roll a d20 +4?
Plus your proficiency. If you're proficient. Yeah, plus your proficiency. Period.
Well, I mean, I was asking because the wolf has stealth +4. I'm in B shape right now, so do I go with the wolf?
Yeah.
All right,
If you have your
so
proficiency, do that. No, yeah, no.
I don't have your proficiency unless you have proficient.
I think the wolf is already proficient. Yeah, so go ahead and just roll +4.
okay. No, that's not with the +4. Thank you.
It'd be a 20, so you feel
All
pretty
right,
good.
well then we'll go for it. Yeah, excellent.
All right. Graven.
Okay, I'm going to move to here, use my bonus action to hide.
Mm-hmm. What with the hide? You don't feel very hidden.
Yep.
Maybe you should have hidden in some of the bushes.
Oh, okay. And I shoot at this one.
Okay. Let's see if that hits. All right. So you watch as your arrow, which you thought was going straight and true, just narrowly misses this target. You feel a sharp pain in your side, taking 9 points of damage.
What? Okay.
Yenian.
Realizing this is going a completely different way than I thought it would originally, I'm going to shove the gun at Kerveius because he's using fire, and then I'm going to run and use my key to dash up to this guy.
Nice. Yeah.
And then 2 hits.
All right. Actually, neither of them are a hit.
Damn it.
And then it is the Horde. All right, so these guys are each going to shoot at one of you, so go Rowan, Graven, Kerveius, Yenian. All right, so Kerveius and...
I'm behind the rocks.
Not to this guy, you're not. It would be a moderately difficult hit. What's your AC again?
18.
It's still a hit, even with cover.
These guys take good bonuses.
Yeah, it's a miss. It's a miss now. And just one on you, Yenian.
What's that?
Just one hit on you for 8 points of damage.
I'm going to use deflect missiles.
All right.
Let's see. I'm reading it again since.
Doesn't hit you though. Actually, no, it doesn't.
Oh, does it hit me? Okay.
Just kind of whizzes past your forehead, and the guy seems a little surprised and shocked.
There was actually no way I wasn't going to be able to fully deflect it.
All right, this guy just kind of looks at you, drops the big gun, takes out his close quarters pistol, shoots you 3 times. Refresh if that's happened to you.
I've done it 3 times.
I'll go ahead and stop it then. And let me know what happens.
Okay, because I have no idea what's going on. It's driving crazy.
Right, hear any music now?
No, so that's perfect. Well, I mean, would have liked music, but I mean, I prefer that over 2 songs at once.
Do you hear one song now?
I do. Yeah, there's 1 song at once now. That's perfect. Thank you.
A little bit. All right, so he hits you once with a crit.
Okay, now, could I deflect a bullet shot?
Yeah, it's deflect projectile, is it not?
Yeah, deflect missiles.
The bullet is technically a missile.
Okay, I didn't know, because, a little bit different than catching an arrow.
All right, so give me that deflection shot.
So, let's see, D10
Boom.
plus Dex mod, which is 5, and plus monk level, which is 7. Plus 7.
Plus
18.
You're actually going to block a lot of this damage. 37.
Damn.
But
right.
Let's see if it even hits. All right, so he shoots you point blank with what he's pretty sure is going to be an absolutely devastating hit. And the bullet almost kind of stops right before it hits you. And like there's a decent like shockwave as the projectile just completely sheds all of its inertial motion, and it falls to the ground. And he looks shocked.
It's like I went to stop it and it just stopped. I have no idea why.
Yep.
He's Dio, guys.
Kerveius.
All right.
I gave you the gun, Kerveius.
Yeah, and I'm not going to use it. I have non-flammable spells, so
Yenian, you also take 2 points of damage as you feel a sharp pain in your side.
Oh shit!
I'm going to cast magic missile at level 2.
Alright, give me an Arcana check. You go to cast magic missile and it fizzles.
Okay, does it expend the spell slot?
It does.
Okay, so I was going to be at 2nd level.
Rowan!
I'm gonna move, so...
Yeah, good. Sorry.
Alright, I'm going to still in B shape. I want to move up to here. And as I'm moving, I want to sort of sniff around and look around because we know or suspect that they were setting traps. I want to see if I see anything.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception.
That's what I want to use as my action.
Yeah, give me a perception.
All right.
You're pretty sure you don't notice any traps.
Okay. That's my move. That's my turn.
Graven.
Okay, I'm gonna move in. Actually, before moving, I look at my side where it hurt. Like, do I see anything?
It seems like there was somehow a very small puncture in your armor.
So I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
Here, rather. Use my bonus action to hide.
Okay. Give me the hidey hide.
Oh,
You feel
Nice.
super freaking hidden.
You hit it
All
from the
right.
forest.
and then I'm going to attack the one right next to Yenian with advantage and sneak attack.
That's bad. Roll that. All right, you feel super confident. There's no way he could possibly know where this is coming from. You loose your arrow. It seems like it's going to hit him, and then it veers off target at the very last moment. Yenian.
Okay, so would I be smart enough to realize that it's the fire that's causing this? Because one of my hand traps is fire.
That's causing it. Because I mean, it's magic, but like the hand wraps are fire the way they work because they're not actually on fire. They just do like they're very hot when they hit somebody else.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna punch this guy twice.
You can certainly give me an attempt.
That first one hit.
Wait, that's it. Nope. You go to punch him and you just feel a wall of wind right in front of your fist.
Wall of wind. All right. I'm gonna take key point for patient defense.
Okay.
So I can dodge.
And then the 4 of these guys attack you in this order. The 4 of you in the same order. So, Graven, Yenian, Rowan, and Kerveius. That is 3 hits. I need to roll. Or 4 hits, sorry. Alright, so Graven, you see an arrow coming right towards you, and at the last moment it is forced to veer off course. Oh, that one. No, actually, it's not low enough. Rowan, you also see the same thing as an arrow is headed like straight for your shoulder and misses you by just about an inch.
Whew.
Yeah, you see the same thing. And Kerveius, you also see the same thing. Yeah, this guy, not knowing what's going on, he wants to attack. He once again shoots you 3 times. 1 hit. Maybe. Did you just see the bullet once again stop in midair before it can even hit you? Okay. Yenian.
Kerveius.
Kerveius.
I'm actually be right back to you. 1 second.
Okay.
I'm going to move. Yeah, I'll move to behind. Actually, no. I'm going to try another magic missile again.
Yeah, roll me an Arcana check. All right, as you point your hand out to launch some magic missiles, you feel it sputter and die in your hand.
Okay, I'm going to move here. And can I try to figure out what's the cause of the nullification?
Yeah, like I said before, you feel so. Whenever you've used magic, you were able to overcome it with the fireball. But these times, you just haven't been able to overcome the sense of protection and dislike.
And I'm assuming it's coming from
violence.
I'm assuming it's coming from the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And is it anything like the cages we were in?
The cages were cold, hateful magic that seems more warm, I guess is the right word.
Okay. I get what you're saying. I get it. Okay, cool.
Rowan.
Alright. I'm going to run out of the forest and attack this guy right in front of Yenian.
Right.
I'm gonna try and chew his face off.
Alright. Give me them rolls.
Let me see here, because I have to do this manually. But because of pack tactics, I get advantage. Is there a way to do advantage on just a regular straight-up dice roll?
If you go to the dice roll, you can just roll 2 d20s instead of 1.
Okay.
Or like / roll 2d20.
Alright, so this is to bite this guy in the face.
14 would miss. So nothing strange happens to you. Did you want to do anything else with your turn?
Wait, so the 18 didn't hit?
Well, that's because you rolled 2 d20, see? So rolling advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was a miss?
Yeah, that was a miss because it was a 14.
Alright, then no, I'm just gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. Now it's Yenian. Or Graven. Dang it, Graven.
I quickly move towards Kerveius and I say, I need my gun back.
I hand it to them.
Alright, so that was
Yeah,
10
sure.
feet. So I have... Okay, I move all the way here, use my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna shoot this guy with my gun.
What's that? Roll 20 back a little bit. Alright, go ahead. Roll me that ish. Alright. So you pull off a shot which you think is pretty good. And it's heading like right for his shoulder, then it just kind of stops right before him.
How?
That's the mystery. Yenian.
Okay, I'm getting pissed off that I can't hit this guy, so I'm going to tackle him. I'm going to try and grapple him.
All right. Give me that athletics or acrobatics.
28.
No.
Absolutely. Okay, so here's what happens. You tackle him. You're like trying to grab onto him, and then you feel an extremely forceful gust of wind push you. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. He rolled the fuck.
27.
All right, so you basically stay where you are, but he is ripped out of your hands and pushed a distance. And these 4 guys are confused. None of their attacks are hitting, and it seems like it should. They don't actually do anything. This guy gets up, points his pistol at the 2 of you, uses an action surge to fire 6 times. That is... Alright, now I need to roll. So that... Alright, so... Rowan.
Yes?
As you're kind of standing there waiting for something, your ability to move next, you see a bullet coming straight for your shoulder, and then it just kind of stops like a couple inches before it falls to the ground. Fail. 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 Yenian, same with you happens. All 3 shots are stopped by some kind of strange wall.
Anyone glancing at me is gonna see me doing the doggy look.
Kerveius.
Alright, so I'm gonna do a double motion and move to here. And I'm like, y'all can stop fighting. This is completely pointless. And I'm just I'm casually strolling out.
All right. Rowan.
Well, this guy shot me, so I'm going to try and attack him again. I'm gonna move forward and try and chew his face off again.
All right, give me that attack roll.
All right.
That is unfortunately a miss. Graven.
I'm gonna do the same thing as Kerveius did. I'm gonna put out my gun. Take away my gun and just casually stroll in.
All right. Yeah, I did.
It's like, oh,
sorry, go ahead.
and I'm like, guys, obviously this forest doesn't want us to fight.
Yeah, Yenian.
I'm just gonna start walking away, going the way we were going. I figure they haven't hit us yet. They can't hit us. So, like they said, the forest doesn't want us to fight. I'm just gonna keep going on my way.
All right. So as you begin, you didn't have a picture for your master, did you?
I did not know.
Okay. As you begin to walk away, you see an old familiar face pop up on the battleground. I want to give him a red dot signature.
Oh, okay.
He looks between the many and he gives somewhat awkward, somewhat rebellious chuckle. It's like, kids fight in the forest again.
What do you mean? Like, what? What are you doing here?
Well, I heard this fool's, and he points, a big old gun go off. And I ran.
Do you know who these people are?
They look like bandits. I don't know. It's kids, man.
I just kind of
Hold up. Yenian?
He's just gonna kind of drop his arms and he's gonna run up and hug his master.
He freaks of alcohol.
I kind of look at the bandits. I'm like, look, we got no beef with you. You got no beef with us. Let's just walk away.
I like their weapons on their back and I feel very dejected.
I just turn around and mutter and was like, had this actually been a fight, you would have lost.
Meet you outside the forest. 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Outside.
Rowan drops beast form.
It's like, so what are you all doing here?
Looking for you.
Look,
Oh. What else?
Looking for an artifact that
That's
hopefully you can help us find.
all right. Well, that's kind of bad out here.
Well, shall we head to your quarters?
So then he goes to his own abode, goes over to one of his casks of ale and pours some drinks for you guys.
I will put down the new cask near the door.
Ah, excellent. Thank you, my student.
Didn't know if you'd be running out.
It's like, shouldn't...
I stopped by the other day.
I don't know what to say. I've been looking for you for so long.
Well, I had a thing I needed to do, and I kind of got lost.
You just left without saying anything.
It was very important. Couldn't say anything. You might come with me.
I would have, tried to come with you, but
You weren't ready.
well, what was it?
Complicated.
Still won't tell me?
Now that you actually have the time and you've been somewhat in his presence for, the shock is probably slowly starting to wear off. You can see he looks very tired.
What's happened to you?
It's just a lot of stuff going on in the world.
Yeah, that's why we're here. We're trying to help with those things.
Things move in the darkness.
We're actually looking for something very particular. And I knew you were here. I didn't know if you'd know it or not, but I didn't know who else to try and find.
Well, I know of a few things.
We're looking for a hammer.
I've heard tale.
Do you know where it might be?
I assume you're looking for a hammer of the gods?
Yes.
I've heard tale. Not many items like that in the Fae. Only someone truly desperate to hide it would come here with that sort of powerful artifact.
Well, we desperately need to find it.
I'm afraid you're in the wrong forest.
Where do we need to go?
The Laughing Trees.
The laughing trees?
That sounds ominous.
A couple of days south of here.
Isn't that the complete other direction that where we were supposed to go?
No, said south of here, so...
Yeah, but when we were in Azavir, the town before Azavir, we went west instead of southwest.
Well, no, if I recall the map, the Laughing Forest is actually directly south of us. So, did we go in? We went northwest.
But we were looking for the master before we were looking for the hammer.
Yeah, because the master would have given us, maybe help us find what we're looking for. So,
right.
Is it in the opposite direction? Not exactly, but yes, by going towards the master, we are going further from our goal. But we didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
It's not a good place to be, the Laughing Trees. Well, the reason why it's there.
The Silent Mountains, the Windy Forest, the Laughing Forest. Yeah.
What's so bad about the laughing trees?
Think about it.
Well, okay, so given the name, it implies that it'll make everything there crazy, maybe? I don't know.
Giggle
but
fits the entire way.
I don't know. That might not be so bad.
I think you're underestimating the power of the trees.
No,
Giggle fits
I
wouldn't
am
be
not
so
underestimating
bad.
the power of the trees because the very forest that we just are in now, short of like one or two exceptions, produced winds out of nowhere to deflect every single attack there was. So the laughing trees are probably just as powerful, only instead of wind, it's going to use laughter.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have much of a choice.
No, we don't. But I am in no way going to underestimate this. If anything, I hope to overestimate this.
You want to help with not hearing laughing? Earplugs.
What if we are the source of the laughter? How are you going to communicate? How are you going to eat? How are you going to drink? How are you going to go sleep if you're constantly laughing all the time?
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. I haven't thought of it that way.
What if when you get in there, you don't even want to eat or drink anymore?
Yeah, you're too busy
then it
laughing.
would be depressing for us, right?
Is there any way that you know of, or maybe someone that would, or people that would know of, how to nullify or resist the effects?
I know of some people in the rolling hills. Quiet folk.
And that's adjacent to the Laughing Woods?
It's north of the laughing trees, south of here.
Okay, so why don't we go there first and then figure out how to make our approach on the laughing trees? If these people from the rolling hills are more experienced.
Yeah, prepare ourselves. Yeah, I like that idea.
It's as good a plan as any.
It's the only plan.
Well, the other plan is we just go in blind.
We're so good at that kind of plan.
Yep.
That's not a plan, that's suicide.
It's a venture.
Rowan sort of looks at Shadrak and is like, "Are you going to come with us?"
No, I need to stay here.
What is so important here, if I may ask?
I'm sure you've seen the things in Asvivir.
Yes. We had to fight them off 2 nights ago, last night?
Something like that.
2 nights ago. They
Well, I
wouldn't.
have to come through here first.
You're the first line of defense?
I just make sure the big one doesn't get through.
You've been
The
only.
big one?
The big one.
You can only fight it off, you can't fully defeat it?
Can't really defeat a god, now can you?
Ooh.
What was that called?
A god.
Oh.
A deity.
Oh.
You've been I'm a little awestruck. You've been able to hold your own and ward off a deity?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, the windy forest helps.
So how are you able to overcome the windy forest?
You kinda... I'm here to protect people.
I guess
If you got the chance, would you have killed those people?
Only if they made us.
Would you have stopped yourselves?
I mean...
You. I don't know your name. Fire magic person. Can you control how much damage you do with your fire?
Nope. And I see your point now.
I know I'll never be able to defeat the big one. The forest knows that. And I have no real ill intent towards it. I'm just here to defend the people.
So in a sense, you're in attunement with the forest.
Essentially.
Okay, no, that's respectable. You have the moral and ethical high ground to an eye. So, what time of the day is it right now? Is this midday?
Yeah, probably close to like 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Okay. Do you guys want to rest here, or do you want to head back to Azavir?
I'm okay with staying here for a night.
Yeah, I look at Yenian.
I'm sure you have a lot to catch up with.
Mm-hmm.
But we only have so much time before nightfall, and I'm assuming that's when the big one will arrive.
It's hard to tell, honestly.
And I doubt the forest will let us assist you tonight.
I'm sure if you're fighting on my side, it'll see reason.
We're fighting on your side, and we know to refrain this time. That and the fact that it's a deity, we wouldn't have a chance anyways. Our goal would be to scare it off.
I think, more than anything, I need a few moments with my master before we decide what we're going to do.
Fair enough. And I kind of look at Graven and Rowan's like, hey, let's go for a walk outside.
Sure.
I'm sure there's plans for you to look at.
Yeah, let's go collect some plants. You guys can help me. And I walk outside.
I walk outside as well. But I tell them I think I'm gonna take this time to actually meditate.
Let me join you. But on my own thing. And I just kind of look at Rowan and like, don't stray too far.
I will do my best. And I go wandering off to look at plants. I'm gonna go over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over here.
Oh,
they went into the secret room.
No.
Well, there you go.
Well, okay, think about it. We knew that was going to happen because like they're gonna want their alone time, so let's give it to them.
Yeah.
Okay, Rowan, I'm gonna need some checks.
All right. Herbalism kits.
Herbalism.
All right. There it is.
Go ahead and give me 2, because why not?
All right.
We're spending the night here.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Nope.
Nothing interesting, but I have wandered away.
You have wandered a good distance.
I have wandered a good distance.
So as you guys are meditating on your items, you hear the house.
I'll walk it behind him, and I'm not going to interrupt them. I'll wait for Rowan to get back first.
Okay, how long do you guys plan on meditating on your?
I mean, I was just gonna focus on it until someone came and got us.
Same.
Sure.
So I'll just be around the corner here.
It's just a matter of do I spend all my sorcery points? Is there enough time for me to do that? I don't like. You gotta let me know.
I mean, how many do you have?
7.
I mean, realistically, how many can you spend per turn?
Per turn? At this point in time, 3 per round.
So it'd take you 18 seconds to spend them all, so I'm pretty sure you have the time.
Okay, so I burn all my sorcery points into this thing.
Alright, give me an Arcana roll. Alright, yeah, this thing absolutely resonates with you. It seems that it really does appreciate the power of yourself that you are pouring into it, and it feels like maybe you're closer to understanding what this thing wants from you, but at the moment, this is not everything it wants.
Okay. So I think we're gonna repeat this every night. Where like I'm just gonna burn whatever sorcery points I have left for the day. You're just gonna go into this before I go to sleep.
Okay. How long do you let them sit there doing that?
Until Rowan gets back, unless one of them gets up to move.
All right. Rowan, about how long did you stay out in the forest?
Probably until, because I know they're meditating and whatnot, so I'd probably stay out probably a few hours, maybe close to sundown, because we're planning. We're planning to stay, so I'd be wandering until someone either got me or it started to get dark.
Sorry, good.
After about 30 minutes, I'd go look for her.
Okay. Well, my question is this. If it only takes me 18 seconds to pour all my sorcery points into this, do I really need to meditate? Or can I just focus on this, dump the points, and then be on my merry way?
Give me a wisdom check. Alright, you're kind of engrossed by it, and you feel like you've lost yourself to the outside world a little bit, trying to meditate and understand what this thing is saying to you. And you're probably not going to be able to just pull yourself out of it.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah, so Yenian, Rowan does not come back for about 30 minutes.
Okay, I go out and look for her.
Okay. She's just wandering the forest, so it'll take minutes for you to find her. It's pretty easy. Not many other sounds are going through the forest that she's romping through.
Yeah, I'm just like not even trying to hide myself. I'm just rummaging around for plants.
Oh, damn, you really went far.
I don't listen very well. You know this.
I zoomed out the map, like, where is she? Oh, there she is.
She's only like 100-something feet from us.
That's not too bad. It could have been way worse.
I thought about it.
Alright, so I'll go up to Rowan and go, come on, let's go back.
Okay. Walk back.
Sure, do the two of you do anything until dinner arrives?
Oh, wait, so we're just chilling out for dinner? Or until then? Fuck,
You guys are staying the night, right?
I'm going back to looking for some more plants.
No, I'm going to lead her back, and then once we're back there, I'm going to grab Kerveius and Graven.
Yeah.
And go, come on, let's go.
You don't want to stay tonight?
No.
Oh.
We're heading out now?
He can handle it.
Okay.
We have other things we have to look at.
Alright, so do we want to head straight south or head back to Azavir? Because if we go to Azavir, maybe we can get like horses or a skyship or something.
That is an option.
We could go back to Azavir, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that'd be the best option.
Okay, so it's a day and a half, and it's already mid-afternoon, late afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably won't get there until morning of day after tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be about 2 nights.
I look at Yenian. It's late afternoon. You're sure you don't want to stay here for the evening and then head out?
I'm sure I don't want to stay here, yeah.
Okay, well, if he doesn't want to stay here, let's go.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys head on out. Fortunately, Graven, you were only able to meditate for about 30 minutes, so you didn't really form any real deep connection with your bow this time around.
Okay.
So you guys head on out back to Azavir. You're able to travel for about 6 hours.
I'll take first watch again.
I'll take second watch again.
And I talk
I'll
to
watch
Yenian.
last.
Yeah, you'll watch with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you guys doing anything specific on your watches, or are you just watching and then going back to sleep?
I want to meditate, but before I meditate, I want to have a talk with Yenian.
Okay.
Okay. For me, it says here as a bonus action, I can convert spell slots into sorcery points.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to convert my 4th level slot into sorcery points, and then put that into the amulet.
Yeah, you feel the same thing you felt before. You feel like maybe you've unlocked something inside of it, and it does seem to be resonating with you a little bit more.
Okay. And then that's all I wanted to do after my watch was over, and then go to sleep.
Okay. Nice.
For my watch, I want to, since we know that now there are things roaming the forest, I want to pull out the magical lantern of revealing. Like, I don't think it's a flame, it's just the soft blue light, and I want to have that out with me while I'm having my watch, so that if anything invisible tries to sneak by, I'll see it if it crosses in front of the light.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Do, do, do.
9.
One of them nights.
You think you hear some rustling. You see a shape in the forest move, just inside the range of the lantern, but it quickly moves away.
I make sure to cast alarm before we go to bed.
Okay.
It quickly, like, if it fled back into the other direction, like into the dark.
Yeah, it seems like it was just passing by. It had no intent of bothering you guys.
All right, then I'll just keep quiet and keep watch.
Okay, nothing happens on your watch. And it is Yenian and Graven.
Alright, so before going to meditate, I go to Yenian and I say, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to talk to me if you don't want to, but
No, fine.
it's just you seem kind of eager to stay the night and everything, and then you just suddenly change your mind.
It's just not time. It's nothing. He can handle it on his own. You
You're not-
didn't need to say we would have gotten his way anyways.
You're not worried about him?
Him? No.
All right. I mean, if you do want to talk about it, though, I'm here for you.
Thank you, but yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. And then I proceed to go and meditate.
Okay, give me a wisdom check. Alright, you feel rather connected with your boat tonight. You're able to contact whatever it is inside that gives it the power and kind of locks its abilities. You feel you've connected with it a little bit more, but you're not really able to pull anything more out of it.
Okay.
And perception check?
Sure, if you want.
17.
Nothing's been accosting you in the nighttime. Nothing continues to accost you.
Sun up, wake up the other two.
Yeah, sun comes up about 7 a.m. The night remains peaceful.
You ready to go?
I guess so.
let's go.
All right, Rowan, give me like 6 nature checks. You guys have been traveling for a while, and you haven't done it for a while. So you actually have 3 of these. And then roll me one more set of 2d6, because you rolled a 7.
Okay. For sure.
Six. Wild sage root. So roll me a 1d4. You found 4 more wild sage root.
Okay.
I double checked. You had 2 berries too.
Oh, thank you.
I went to the chat log, so I wanted to know what they did again before I tried to steal it and eat it. And I realized how many times we rolled last game. I was like, oh god.
It was the rolling hills, right? That we were going?
Laughing trees. We have to go through the rolling hills. And there's some people in there that we need to meet.
Would I have known that from my potion of finding that the rolling hills was where Sage and Uta were heading?
Yes.
I say the others, if I remember correctly, that the rolling hills is actually where the Men of the Mist was when I used the potion of finding.
Oh,
Then-
lovely.
Might run into Sage and Uta then.
Yeah.
Well, we last saw them at Vapido?
We last saw
Oh,
in the area where we thought there was going to be some big bad boss and end up being some rat. I can't remember what his name was. Two-tooth rat.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can find fast travel from Azavir to the Rolling
your
Hill
name?
settlement. Draytran.
He actually said they were in the rolling hills, not near.
Yeah, but we could put. I'm
We
hopeful.
might be able to find
I'm hopeful.
passage to.
Yeah, from Azavir to
Draytran.
Draytran, and then go into the Rolling Hills.
All right, I get what you want.
I am hopeful, but you know.
What
So while you guys are doing that, let's take a 5-minute break because I need to go pee.
Oh, take a 5-minute break.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll do the same.
5-minute break. Oh. Okay, so here's the thing.
Mhm.
As we were traveling that day, you know, maybe Graven noticed that Kerveius was attuning a lot quicker to his thing. I don't know, and we can we can roleplay that out.
Sure, Graven, give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
To see if
Please.
you did notice or not.
Let's not do like the last time. Yay.
Yeah, you would definitely would have noticed it with that roll.
Okay. Huh. Kerveius. I noticed something different.
Yeah, kind of noticed that myself. So my question is this. Have you tried using magic?
Can't say that I have.
So, for me, it's easy to focus arcane energy into something because for me, magic kind of is very fluid. So perhaps I know you know a little bit of magic because that's kind of how we first met.
Yeah.
So maybe on top of whatever you're doing, focus your magic in what little magic you do know, focus that into what you're doing.
Message your bow.
Message my bow.
Hey, I was actually going to do that next chance we got. I was going to message the amulet. Be like, hey, how we doing? What's up? Nice to meet you. My name's Kerveius.
Yeah, honestly, you say that, but it's actually not a bad idea.
No, I mean that's what I was going to do next when we stop to rest for the night.
Yeah,
and because it's message, it's a private conversation. It doesn't look like two guys talking to objects.
True that. Huh. Putting my magic into it.
I mean, these are magical items, are they not?
It's true.
Are they though?
I think mine might be. It resonates with magic.
Well,
it received my magic. It's amplifying my magic.
Would I have done enough to know what it, like, what kind of thing it is? If it's not magic?
I mean, to my knowledge, there's only two types of magic in the world: arcane and divine.
Okay.
Give me a wisdom check.
Wisdom check?
Both of us?
No, just Graven. He's trying to figure it out. Yeah, that's good enough. I have set the DC 10. Not everything is created the same.
So what you're saying is like the bow may not have been created as a bow?
Maybe they're two different objects with two different approaches to them.
Huh.
Let me ask you something. How do you get better at a bow?
You keep shooting. Keep practicing.
Okay, but just shooting doesn't make you better at the bow, right? You gotta like push your limits.
Yeah, it's true. Well, it's the connection between your bow and yourself. It's like the bow is an extension of you.
Okay, so how do you improve that? How are you able to hit a target that is farther and farther away? How do you hit a target that is hidden by cover or running or moving? Maybe you got to push your limits that way. I don't know. I could be. I don't know anything about bows. I'm guessing.
I'll think about it. I'll try to piece everything together.
I mean,
see if I can figure out.
We can
something.
always, if we, next town we go to, we can always look for an arcanist and be like, "Hey, can you help me figure this out?"
Well, isn't that what we did in what was it, Azavir?
Vacudo, we did.
Or sorry, Vepido. When I gave my bow to.
Yeah, but just because one guy knows it doesn't mean another guy might know more.
Yeah, it's true. It's just it pains me every time I need to separate myself from my bow. Wow. All right. Out of all three of you guys, I thought you would have been the one to, says, share the feeling.
I mean, look, I'm trying to help. I'm out of options.
Okay. I'll keep it that I'll keep that in mind for sure. I think
I haven't had to part with the amulet. I mean, hell, when I first got it, I was like, why don't we give it to Rowan? And you guys were insistent that I take it.
It's true. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep walking as we, as I think about that.
So you guys continue walking. Eventually, nothing really accosts you during the day. This place seems to be pretty peaceful, aside from the bandits who didn't know what the Windy Forest was about. So, Rowan, go ahead and roll me 2 sets of 2d6.
Can I ask you a question, Yenian?
Yes.
Why do you not like snakes?
Because they don't have legs and they move. It's unnatural.
This discussion's out in the open, right?
You trust me?
Swear to God, if you make a snake,
Do you trust me?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you haven't done anything bad so far.
This is only going to be temporary, but it's an experiment. I cast suggestion on him, so he's not afraid of snakes.
Okay, so here's what I do with it. I mean, it's a spell you can cast it. I would allow it to succeed. The only time it would ever break is if you guys are fighting towards a snake and he runs towards it to attack it. The spell will immediately break then. That's the only caveat I'm going to add for that, because I think that's reasonable.
That's fine. Like I said, I was like, this is an experiment. I don't know if it will work.
I'm just telling you mechanically how it's going to happen.
Yeah, and,
if this happens.
And translating it into characters, that's how it's getting expressed.
Yeah.
Rowan kind of looks over her shoulder with a grin. Should we test it?
I mean, first of all, why would you do that? It's so much fun to mess with him.
I'm gonna test it, and I turn into a snake. I don't move towards him. I just turn into a snake.
You do feel a little primal fear. You definitely don't want to move towards it, but you're not super afraid. You don't feel the need to run.
I'm going to walk around it and just keep going.
Yeah, you kind of like just keep the same distance as making a large arc around it.
I pop out of beast form and I give Kerveius a thumbs up.
Well, it's only temporary. It only lasts a few hours, and I have to maintain concentration.
Luckily.
Yeah, any damage to you or him will break it.
Yeah, if I lose concentration, we're screwed.
But it's a start.
I'll keep note of that.
Well, I only plan on using this in case we do actually have to fight a snake. This is just an experiment. I'm not going to do it every freaking day.
Fair enough.
No, fair enough. But at least we know it kind of works. It's potential. And we can keep going.
All right, so you continue traveling, but the sun is beginning to set on you guys as you draw within a couple of hours of Manzovir.
Okay, we're not going to push because we know what happens if we push.
Yes.
Yeah, we might as well stay in the forest.
Yeah, we might as well stay as is.
All right. I would say with the time you're able to travel, you're actually able to get out of the Windy Forest.
If we wouldn't make it to the city by sundown, I'd say we choose to stay in the forest.
I agree.
It's probably your best.
Yeah.
Because the Windy Forest kind of ends right there.
Okay.
So yeah, we would stay like right towards the end of the forest and just wait.
I'll go ahead and take first watch again because I plan on doing my little thing with my medallion.
I'll take second watch again.
I'll take third.
I'll take third with Union.
Okay,
with
give me
meditation.
Do you guys want to do anything specific during your watches?
I do.
Not my watch, but after my watch is over, I would do my little thing.
Sure, you dump all of your points into your
I also want to message it.
little medallion. You message it. You feel some sort of semblance of consciousness to it, but this doesn't seem to be as coherent as yours. So
Okay. Do
you're
I
not
need
really
to
able
roll
to talk to it at all.
Arcana or anything like that?
No, you're good.
Okay.
And for my watch, I'm going to once again kind of just go wolf form and sort of check just outside the perimeter of the camp for anything that may or may not be lurking.
Yeah, give me perception with advantage.
All right, advantage.
17. There are a few things which are lurking inside the woods, but none of them seem to want to approach you.
All right. But they are out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When I go back to camp, I'm going to once again pull out my magic of lantern of revealing and just sort of set it up so that it casts its light outward.
Yeah, nothing approaches the lantern this time around.
Okay.
Then on me and Graven's watch, I'm gonna wait till Graven, like an hour until Graven's like engrossed in his bow, and then I'm gonna sneak over to Rowan. And I want to find her pouch that has all of her alchemy stuff.
Sure.
I want to pull out one of the nightshade berries.
Can I? Would you allow perception
Would I?
with disadvantage?
I'd allow perception disadvantage.
I will do that.
And I am going to make Yenian roll a stealth check for this.
All right, 12.
And my perception.
Don't think that even beats Rowan's passive perception.
I don't think so.
All right, so like Yenian goes over and maybe kicks over one of the cooking pots. Rowan, you are immediately awoken by this because like by the time like you're awake, he's right next to your component pouch.
I just like kind of grab him by the ear like an angry mom and just sort of tweak his ear a little and say, "And what do you think you're doing?"
I was gonna look at the alchemy stuff.
I tweak his ear a little harder.
I was gonna see what all we had. I was gonna see if we had anything to make anything.
You can ask next time. And I just sort of give his ear a little twist and push him away.
Yeah, that's about all that happens.
I'm gonna go sit back down and start plotting my next attempt to get.
I just stay quiet. I just stay quiet, seeing as Rowan has the situation in hand.
Rowan just sort of glares at Yenian.
All right.
So, how long do I have to meditate with the bow for like to get a connection? Like, what's the threshold?
2 hours at least.
2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I would like to meditate for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
The first 2 hours, and the second 2 hours, I'm actually just going to be practicing with my bow, shooting arrows into a tree nearby,
Sure.
and experimenting.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a wisdom check.
Okay. Oh my god.
You're distracted tonight. Maybe things that happened in the past few days are weighing heavily on you, and you're not able to really concentrate.
Or shenanigans of Yenian.
Or shenanigans of Yenian.
Yep.
Possible.
And then yeah, I mean you practice the other 2 hours. Not much happens. Roll me a 1d100.
1d100. Okay.
Yeah.
D100.
78. You lose 2 arrows in the process of practicing.
Okay.
And
You
the
forgot
sun. Good.
You forgot to specify he's using his adamant arrows.
Funny.
You use an arrow, you put an arrow right through the tree.
Oh, we are in the Windy Forest. Did he get hurt for shooting his bow?
No, he wasn't doing it with an intent to hurt anybody.
So we finish our long rest.
Yeah, you finish your long rest, and then it's the next day. And you guys are only a few hours from Ansovir.
Head towards town.
All right, yeah, you guys head to the town. It's probably like 10 in the morning by the time you get there.
All right. Can we see if we can seek maybe an airship or fast travel or any kinds of mean?
Sure, there's people do use the rivers. So they're actually pretty big rivers.
What do you say, guys? Take a river to the Dray Tram?
Sounds good.
Sure.
While we're here, though,
They're a couple miles apart.
I'm gonna stop and see if there's any magic shops.
There is a magic shop.
I'm gonna stop in there real quick.
All right, what do you want?
Let me come with
precisely?
you.
I am looking for any sort of monk-style weapon, so quarterstaff, something like that.
Yeah, they have a quarterstaff.
So, what does the quarterstaff do?
It is a quarterstaff of grounding. Basically, or mechanically, it forces your target to the ground on a successful dex check, and the next attack would have advantage.
How much for the quarterstaff?
It's a decently good item, +2, so they'll probably charge you like 2,000 gold.
1,000 gold. I will take the quarterstaff.
Okay.
Okay. And there's nothing else I'm really looking for there.
Because I said I was coming with.
Mhm.
You mind doing an identify on this amulet?
Yeah, they hold their hand out for the amulets, and to give it to them, they're all right. They seem a little perplexed by it. They've never seen something quite unique as this. So what do you guys do next?
So they have no idea?
Nah, they're not really sure at all.
Okay. Figured as such, but worth a shot.
Is there any sort of temple?
Not here, no.
Okay.
So do we want to charter a boat down the river?
Sure.
Just making sure. So that should be 1d8 plus dex +2 for damage on the quarterstaff.
Yes, and attack, because it's a +2.
Yep, and attack. Okay. And I guess once we get on the boat, I'm gonna do some retuning.
What are you attuning to?
So I'm gonna unattune from the hand rep of force and attune to the quarterstaff of grounding.
Quarterstaff does not require attuning.
Okay, then I will not attune from anything unattuned.
Okay.
And I guess I'll meditate on my bow during the trip.
All right, sure. So you guys find a nice, nicest-looking half-orc fella who is shipping out pretty soon. He charges you guys 30 gold for the journey.
Okay.
30 gold each for the journey.
Oh, 30 each?
Yeah.
Okay. I can pay my own.
Are you going to give me the option of asking a question as well, or?
What?
Yeah, I pay mine.
I pay mine.
Okay.
He's referencing the troll bridge.
Yeah. And I pay mine as well.
All right. Yeah, so he sets out about 2 hours from when you guys charter him. And it's going to be about a day and a half. He'll drop you guys off down here. Oops. Down here. because he's not actually going all the way there, but he doesn't mind dropping you off for the money that you paid him.
Cool. And then we'll just walk the rest of the way.
Yeah.
All right. So he sets out through the relatively safe waters, and it seems for the moment you guys are all right.
All right. So it's a day and a half, you said? Or Okay, so we're going to be spending at least one night.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll do the same thing that I did with the medallion. And yeah.
And yeah, I think I'll just be meditating on my bow.
Alrighty. Give me a wisdom check.
Who?
Whoever's meditating, Graven.
Okay.
Alright, even regardless of the rocking of the boat, you feel like you're able to connect to it tonight. Today.
Okay.
And yeah, you pour your points into it, and it seems to resonate with the power.
So yeah, my new plan is to find a quarterstaff because I realize that quarterstaff damage goes up with monks as well, as opposed to just punching people. I was like, oh man, I was reading it. I was like, I thought that only affected my punches for the longest time. But apparently, any monk weapon gets goes up in damage as monk's level.
You know, we have a carved wooden staff studded with platinum in our bag of holding. I don't know if it's a quarter staff or not, though. It was part of some loot. It was part of some loot we picked up a while back.
Oh my god, I watched this magical and I just spent like 2K for nothing.
I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna see you meditating or looking at that staff, and I'm gonna pull out this staff from the bag of holding and be like, I don't know if this does nothing, but maybe you could take a look at it. And I toss it over to you.
I'm gonna catch it. Is it a quarterstaff?
It is a quarterstaff.
Oh my god. Can I see if it's magical?
You can give me an Arcana check if you want.
I have no idea.
And I kind
I'm
of just
pretty
look
sure
at
it's not.
Do you want me to take a look at that?
Sure.
Yeah, because I'm making an Arcana check.
Yeah.
I have no clue!
However, the DC was 5. It's not magical.
My god. Okay.
I'm gonna look at him like, it might be magical? And I'm like behind my back as my other hand crossed so that Rowan can see it.
I will hold on to this.
You might want to meditate on that one. Maybe it'll unlock something.
I'll hold on to the quarterstaff. So I've got 2 quarterstaffs now?
Yeah.
What did you say? Could you describe it again for me, Rowan?
It is a staff that has been studded with platinum.
I mean, we might be able to amplify its magic or imbue it with magic.
That's what I'm thinking. Out of game, that's what I'm thinking when I find out this actually isn't magical.
Well,
oh, wait a minute.
Good.
I have an arcane focus that does energy redirect. What if we incorporate that into the staff? So not only could he redirect missiles, but arcane energies with the staff.
So please try.
Is the arcane focus a one-time thing?
Well, my notes say
You...
it costs 35,000 gold and 2 weeks to install it into an item.
Yeah, and once you attune it to an item, it is used.
So it's once we do this, that's it.
I would wait.
Yeah, we'll wait on that. He said it would make it so I could redirect arcane energy.
It says energy redirect.
Huh. Yeah, I'll hold off on that for now, but that's a good idea.
Because I have that arcane focus and another one, and I think it was decided that I keep the other one.
Oh.
Because the quarterstaff will be useful, but it's actually weaker than my hand wraps.
Okay, so we'll hold. I mean, it's in my bag of holding, so we'll hold off on that for now. But it's just options.
Yeah. No, I need to find something that actually does like another die of damage because my hand wraps do D6 plus D8.
Yeah, while this map is being pulled up, I'm trying to figure out exactly how it would work with my bow.
Have you tried to hit harder targets?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I've seen it at contests and festivals. Split an arrow.
If I go with the fact that it wants power, I don't think that would be the way to do it.
I think powerful. That seems like a powerful thing to me. Shoot an arrow, hit a bullseye, and then try to split the arrow that's in the bullseye with another arrow. If anything, that's an impressive skill, and you could pawn that off as making money.
Meh. I don't know.
Have you tried putting magic into it yet?
I've been wondering how to do that. You have your sorcerer skills. I only have, basic arcade stuff.
Okay. I gotta go let my dogs back in.
What?
Puppies!
I've seen you try to pick locks. What about trying to shoot the bow?
Just practice with the bow?
No, like using your magic to pick locks with your mage hand.
So
magic to shoot the bow?
Use my magic to shoot the bow.
Yeah, like use your mage hand to shoot the bow.
How much can a mage hand pick up?
I don't know.
It's 10 pounds.
I think it takes more than 10 pounds of pressure to pull back a bow.
So it won't go very far. I don't know how bow work. I'm not proficient in it.
I don't know how magic bows work. So we're kind of dilemma here.
The bowstring feels like it works like a normal bow. You at least get that much from it. Bow.
Yeah, it's the fact that I would like to use magic, but I can't. I can't think of a way to do it.
Well, what spells do you know?
Cantrips, Mage Hand, Message, and Minor Illusion. And then I have Alarm, Silent Image, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, Phantasmal Force, and Invisibility. That's it.
Have you tried firing the bow while you're invisible?
I was going to do that the night we were all exhausted, but I didn't get a chance to because you guys killed them too fast.
Sorry.
Oh, bad. It works. All right, so about evening, you start to see some swells surrounding the boat.
I look at the crew. I'm like, that's not good, is it?
Yeah, as you look at the crew, be like, they seem to be rushing about the boats, getting weapons and anti-boarding things.
Where I look around for the others. Where are they?
You guys are here.
Okay.
I'm about to say there's a bunch of crew running around. I don't know if you like rolling for them.
But they're there.
They're there.
They're the NPCs that cower while we fight everything.
Exactly.
So we see swells. Do we see anything, like any approaching boats or anything? Or is it just something under the water?
Something under the water is making it churn. So what do you guys do?
I go hide. Can I do that?
Yeah, you kind of like hide behind some boxes or something.
I am going to be shaped into a hawk and take to the air.
And I am preparing. I'm preparing that as soon as something hostile comes out of the water, I am attacking with Scorching Ray.
I am just going to prepare as soon as I see something. I'm gonna whack a bullet with my staff.
While
and
I'm up
knock it
there,
back from the water.
while I'm up in the air, I want to see if I can see anything under the water.
All right. So, Kerveius, you see. So how do I explain this? You don't exactly see something. You see water dripping off of something that has popped and exploded out of the water below the boats. And Rowan, you see a bunch of circle-shaped holes around the boat, but you can't actually see what's coming out of the circles.
I immediately cast See Invisibility.
However, you had your prepared reaction. You had a prepared thing going on, so you got to do your prepared thing first, and then
Yes.
we order initiative.
So wherever I see that dripping you said is
Yeah.
where the Scorching Ray will go.
All right. So give me a Scorching Ray attacks at disadvantage.
Okay. Disadvantage. This is going to be at level 2. So that is the first attack. The second attack. And the third attack.
All 3 misses.
Okay. Bonus
It's just
action.
You wriggle around. You don't have a bonus action with prepared action.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry.
No problem. All right, and then it is time to roll initiative. For ease of use of me, I'm going to make squares.
That was at disadvantage, sorry.
What was your first roll? 13 plus 2 is 15. Alright. So I can do this easily. There is a hole. Oops. Here. 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 And then it basically just mirrors on the other side. One right there as well. Okay. Alright, and I'm going to add the crew on an initiative turn of 20 or 0, sorry. Alright. So this thing goes first. It attacks some of the crew and attempts to hit them and probably hits 1 or 2, killing them. And then attack against each one of you. Alright, that's a miss. That's a miss. That's a miss. I'm gonna roll a 1d4. Dreas, 1, 2. That is a 1. So Kerveius, you take this attack. It's a nat 20, so it hits. Which is why I rolled a 1d4, so it wasn't. Alright. So a powerful blow lands on top of you, dealing 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow!
As a tentacle comes down, or an invisible tentacle comes down, smacks you in the face. And it's your turn.
I cast See Invisible.
Yes, and you're able to see the large tentacles of a sea creature from below.
And I will cast Oh, let's see. How can I do this? Can I cast Fireball in a way that won't hit the ship, but hit the tentacles?
You can cast that in the water.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cast it like back here, so it hits just those 3 tentacles.
Okay. And it's just 1 save for the creature. And he passed. So go ahead and roll me that damage.
Damn, 42.
Ooh.
You can.
So it takes 21 if it's saved.
All right. Then Kerveius.
Yenian.
Yenian.
I mean, I can go again if you want.
Kerveius literally just went.
Do I see anything at this point?
You do see, like, because the water is still rolling down its tentacles, you can still see, like, a slight outline. You have disadvantage because you can't actually see it, but you are aware it's there.
Do they see charred bits of seafood?
They smell it.
Oh, I guess they're getting hungry now.
So I'm going to use my inspiration for the first attack.
Okay. That's basically a double attack.
Yeah, and this will be. So I'm going to use the quarterstaff on this attack.
All right.
19.
It's a hit.
All right. And I don't really know if it has to make a DC because it's not actually it's a tentacle of the creature. So then I'm going to take another swipe at it. This one will be at disadvantage though.
That is a miss.
And then I'm going to use a key point for patient defense.
Okay. And then it is Graven.
Do I know this is a sea creature?
You're fairly certain, yes.
But I can't see it.
Correct.
It's the fact I can't see it. It's so annoying. Okay.
Yeah, when you shoot an adamantite arrow.
That's not what I want to do. I had an idea in mind. It requires me to see it.
It's not my turn. I can't say anything.
I'm going to cast Silent Image.
Okay.
60 feet that way.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a 15-foot cube boat appear over there.
Sure.
And that'd be my action. So for my bonus action, I would like to hide.
All right, give me that hide roll. Yeah, you feel pretty hidden.
Perfect.
Rowan.
All right, since this is the top view and I can't tell, is there like a crow's nest or somewhere high I can land?
No, it's more of a river boat than an ocean boat.
Damn it. All right, but I can see where I can see shadows in, right? You said
Yeah.
I could see like, all right, so kind of keeping in mind where those are, I want to land over here and drop B shape. And if I drop B shape, is that my action or is that like a bonus action to drop that?
I allow dropping spells as a free action.
Okay, then I am going to use Call Lightning and attempt to hit one of the tentacles under the water where I want to try and hit this one.
Sure.
Right. So,
Oh yeah, that's pretty easy. Yeah, you hit it.
okay.
Does it save? So take 6.
Oh, the electricity in the water doesn't like fry it a little extra.
Maybe it's a giant creature and it's not really affected by it. If it was a fish, it would have a problem. Alright, these guys are just freaking out, so they're not really useful. Okay, so it attacks the crew, killing like 1 or 2 more. And then doesn't see Graven, so it kind of goes for the captain. And it misses the captain, and then goes to attack. The rest of you, Yenian and Kerveius, are hits. That is 26 damage to Kerveius.
Jeez.
My God.
Getting murdered here.
Wow,
guys.
these are completely opposite rolls for you guys. Word.
So it heals me for 26 is what you say.
No, it does 8 damage to you.
The heck?
One was almost max, the other one was basically low.
Look at Kerveius. Quit being so dramatic. Didn't hurt that bad.
Kerveius.
Alright, you said there was something on the deck killing them?
I mean, like, yeah, the things coming down are, like, stomping on the crew.
Okay, so it's just the tentacles that are killing the crew.
Yep.
I thought there was actually like a humanoid thing on the... Okay.
Nope.
Kerveius is the only one who can see what's happening.
Okay, so I'm going to fireball, quicken spell, fireball. So 2 fireballs.
Alright.
Same 3 tentacles. And then... So let me go ahead and... I'm getting there! I see it.
I'm working on it.
I'm getting there because I was actually going to say it.
I was
And I
thinking
yell-
about
and I
that,
yell
but
to
it's not
Rowan
my
the-
turn yet.
That's why I said, like, I wish it was my, like, because this isn't my turn yet. I was like, okay, so I do the 2 fireballs and I yell at Rowan, the damn lantern!
Yeah, give me those damage rolls.
Okay, so...
And then it needs to make 2 saves against the
that's
fireballs.
the first one,
Makes one of them.
and then the second one.
Alright, so it makes the first one, so that'd be 24, 12. And then it takes that much.
And I just did quicken spells. That's 2 sorcery points I spent.
I'm going to poke my head over the edge of the ship. Can I see anything down there, or is it just all invisible still?
Yeah, it's. I mean, you see like something displacing water, but it's very hard to place exactly what it is.
And I'm gonna put the quarterstaff up, and I'm gonna start punching at the air.
All right, give me some attacks at disadvantage. That is a miss. That is a miss.
I'm gonna use flurry of blows. So 2 more attacks.
That is definitely a miss.
Nope.
That is a miss. All right, Graven.
Okay. So since I'm still hidden, that means I would just get a normal attack, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna take out my gun.
Your
And-
gun.
My gun and shoot at this one.
Okay.
I thought of something while I was waiting.
That is a hit.
All right, and I would get sneak attack, right?
Correct.
Okay, sneak attack, and I need to select my token because that.
You. I don't know. Plus 30. There you go. Rowan.
Alright, so I pull the lantern out so that the tentacles are all now visible.
It's a 40-foot area around you, right?
60.
60. Yeah, they would all be shown. Alright, as a strange blue glow inhabits the entire craft, you can now see these very obviously octopus-looking tentacles coming out of the water.
And I'm going to bring another lightning bolt down on this one again.
It passes and saves, so it takes half damage.
Alright, so...
Plus 11.
Takes 11 damage.
And the crew go, and they're not as scared because they can see it now, so they're going to get a bonus to their attack. And hit it once, dealing 6, 16, 20 points of damage. As a volley of arrows and bullets assault the tentacle creature. And its tentacles come down, killing 2 more crew. And each one goes against you. So we go 1, 2. That is a hit on everyone but Yenian. Alright, so, Kerveius. You take 19 points of damage.
I'm down.
Graven, you take 16 points of damage.
Okay.
Rowan, you take 14 points of damage.
Okay.
You said 19 points of damage for me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Right. I will need a death saving throw. That's a path. Yenian.
I am going to jump back in the tentacle. I'll take the attack opportunity.
Actually, its area reaches this entire boat, so you don't get one.
Okay. And then I'm going to shove a healing potion down Kerveius' throat.
All right. Kerveius, roll me Yenian next. Yeah, I'll help you do it.
Let's see. It's D8 plus level.
If you're doing the basic one, yeah.
That's all I got.
Right.
14. And then, while he's down, before he stands back up, I'm going to shield him with my body, trying to take anything that would hit him.
Yeah, okay. I'll allow it. Graven.
I go to the edge boat,
Mhm.
and I look down. What do I see? Do I see the creature?
No, actually, you don't, because the
So
Is
that's
the,
blocking it.
boat's blocking the light, so all you see is the tentacles.
Actually, you see like the tentacles cut off at a certain point
Yeah,
over
they
the edge of the boat.
Okay, I move to Rowan. I say, "Can I have the lantern?"
You're not throwing my lantern under the water.
I'm not.
Why do you need it? It's lighting up the whole boat.
Just give it. No time to explain.
If you lose my lantern, I will kill you myself. And
Roger
I hand
that.
him the lantern.
Then I have 5 more feet of movement, so I'm gonna go right here, and then I look under with the lantern.
Yeah, you shine the lantern over the boat. You see a giant octopus.
It's an octopus.
Essentially, yeah.
And how deep is it?
It's like right under the boat.
It's right under.
So like the octopus would be about that.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Like its whole body and tentacles waving around included.
I have a concern.
Yes.
It's an octopus. There are 7 tentacles.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot at this tentacle that I'm in front of with
Sure.
my gun.
You have disadvantage because it's right in front of you.
Okay.
That's a miss
so-
regardless.
Okay. And then I'm going to hide.
No, it'd be pretty much impossible to hide right there because you're right next to it.
Oh, alright.
Actually, it's one. Anyways, Rowan.
I'm going to repeat call lightning on. I'm gonna put another bolt onto that same tentacle.
That is a failure. 24. Nice.
And for my movement, I'm going to run over to where Kerveius is.
Okay. Crew hits it again. The sea creature goes. It's it attacks you twice, Kerveius. Everybody else once.
I cast shield.
Wait, is he attacking
nope.
Kerveius or me?
Yep. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah,
Yep.
because you're defending him, so you're making sure you're in the way of the attacks. That's one hit on Yenian, one hit on Graven. Yenian, you take 13 points of damage. Graven, you take 22 points of damage.
I have that.
Okay. Take 11. Kerveius.
Scorching Ray, Quicken Spell, Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray.
Let's
see it.
I'm gonna focus fire on one tentacle.
Okay. So what's your total amount of damage?
Well, the 20s. Basically, if I rolled over 20, it hit, right?
Yeah.
28, 38, 52.
Okay. Which tentacle were you focusing on?
Closest one.
You're between two of them.
Yenian side, since I've been attacking that side.
Okay. So he, that one kind of seems to be rather damaged, so it pulls it into the water. Yenian.
Okay, so before I do what I'm thinking of doing, how does fighting in the water work?
Unless you have a swim speed, you attack at disadvantage and move at half speed.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna dive into the water.
Where?
Right over the edge of the ship here. And how far down is it?
1 second, I need to figure something out.
Oh my god, Yenian's gonna get eaten by an octopus.
Graven, where are you pointing that lantern?
Literally over the edge of the boat.
It doesn't matter because you can only attack with disadvantage once, so disadvantages don't attack, or don't stack. So yeah, go ahead and attack it.
Alright, I'm gonna start throwing punches underwater.
That is a miss. That is a miss. That's a hit, surprisingly. That's a miss.
Damage.
For 13. Okay. Graven.
Okay, as I see Yenian dive into the water, I move to this edge with the lantern.
Yeah.
And
so that negates his double disadvantage, and he has the normal disadvantage.
And I'm gonna cast Phantasmal Force on the octopus.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna create a 10-foot cube shark that's going to attack and hopefully distract the octopus.
On an intelligence save,
which the DC is 12.
Yeah, it passes.
And it needs to do it on its action, I think.
Do what?
The intelligence check.
No, it does it when you cast a spell.
Oh, does it?
Yep.
Oh, whoops. I'll use my bonus action to hide.
Yeah, you feel it knows where you are. Rowan.
I'm gonna hit that same tentacle I've been hitting with another bolt of lightning.
Okay, next save. What's your actual DC? I think it's like 15. So 14. So yeah,
oh, there it is.
So yeah, I passed that.
Okay, so it takes 7, 8.
Round down. 8. Alright, do you want to do anything else on your turn?
I'm going to pass Kerveius a, I'm going to pass him an advanced healing potion.
Okay. Kerveius, you get past the advanced healing potion.
That's a bonus action to drink it?
Yes, it is. 4, 10, 14, 16 damage from the crew. See, creature gets off attack on 3 of you. It believes its constructability on Yenian. So Yenian, I'm going to need you to make me a acrobatics or athletics check.
Oh, wait, that's disadvantage. That's actually so it's 14.
Okay, so here is what happens after Yenian. You take 10 points of damage from being bludgeoned by this thing. You guys kind of see Kerveius for a moment. And then suddenly... dragged.
You mean Yenian, right?
Yeah, you mean
That's what I mean. I don't know why I keep mixing your guys' name up, but I do.
So, like,
And suddenly...
Did it throw me?
No. You're feeling dragged by it.
it went underwater with you.
It begins pulling you away from where you were, and it has pulled all of its tentacles underwater, feeling it.
Oh my
cannot win
God.
this fight, and is running with one prize.
Oh no.
Kerveius!
Shit.
Don't worry, guys. I totally got the underwater fight against an underwater creature.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna run over here. Can I see it?
You can see the tentacles which are holding him because Graven has the lantern,
Okay.
so you can kind of see it.
Can I hit them?
It's only, 40 feet away from you,
Okay.
at
So,
most.
Scorching Ray at 4th level. That's 5 attacks.
All right, give me all those attacks at normal. Okay. So yeah, blast this thing a couple of times. It's hard to hit because it is moving, it's wiggling around in the water. But you do seem to make some good connections with the tentacle. Unfortunately, not enough to make it let go. And yet you are currently grappled.
All right, I'm gonna punch this thing.
Okay.
And it's gonna work this time.
Nope, that's a miss. That is also a
Oh
miss.
no.
All right, I'm gonna use a key point for 2 more hits.
That is just barely a hit.
All right, and I'm gonna use the open hand technique, and I want to make a strength saving throw.
All right. Your DC is 15?
14.
14, yeah, that's a pass.
Damn it.
Yenian.
Graven.
Graven. Brain.
So is Yenian still grappled?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
You see him struggling. It's pretty easy to tell.
I hand the lantern to Kerveius.
Yep.
I head over to the edge.
Yep.
I take out my bow.
Yup.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide.
Okay.
I really hope to God this works.
You feel decently hidden.
Okay, so-
The monster is no longer focused on you guys solely. He's focused on getting away.
So I get it. So that means I get advantage?
Correct, because he's shown by the lantern.
Okay. So here's what I would like to do.
Okay.
I take out my bow.
Yep.
And I say, I know I haven't completely connected with you. And I know I haven't given you what you wanted. But I would really need your power right now. And I take a shot with sharpshoot at the tentacle that Yenian is holding.
How desperate would you say Graven is to not lose Yenian?
Very.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
I told you what Graven's greatest fear was, right?
Give me a saving throw, or a wisdom check. Sorry.
Normal. Fuck.
All right. I'm going to need you to take 22 points of damage as the bow siphons off your own life force to fulfill your requests.
Oh shit.
I'll take it. Does my max HP take away?
No, you just take a powerful hit.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll say thank you.
Roll me that attack.
All right, so that would be an attack at advantage
Mm-hmm.
with sharpshoot,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully sneak attack because it's on Yenian, because Yenian's there.
Mhm. That is a hit. So 16. Roll me your sneak attack.
All right, so first sneak. Whoops. Sneak attack.
So 16 plus 9.
Do you get bonus damage for sharpshooter?
Yes, he does. He gets plus 10. 26, 35, plus secret numbers in the background. Okay, so here's what happens. You draw that bow back as far as you possibly can. You are absolutely terrified of losing your friend. The bow knows it. It hears your pleading, and as you let go of the arrow, you almost see a cone of air surrounding the front of the bow. As it penetrates the water, it creates a cavitation behind it. And then as it impacts the tentacle holding Yenian, it basically just completely separates the tentacle in an explosion of blood and muscles. You see the tentacle that is holding Graven, or Yenian, release him and begin floating away as the creature attempts to escape further.
Oh.
Rowan!
Question. If I jump into the water and shapeshift into shark, do I get the shark's additional movement, or is it just still whatever my movement is?
No, you would get what the sharks is.
Okay. I'm going to jump into the water, but I'm going to go as far as I can and jump off the boat, and as I swan dive into the water, I'm into a reef shark.
Nice.
And I am going to swim as close to the surface as I can, straight for Yenian. Oh, and I just make him. And kind of swim under him to support him as he is floating under a tentacle that, has just been severed from an octopus. So I'm just kind of trying to pick up Yenian.
All right, yeah, so you wrestle the remaining tentacle away from Yenian, and he's probably able to grab hold of you or something along that matter. The crew just goes wounding or tending to their wounded. The sea creature uses double its movement. It was 60, now it's 180 feet away from the boat. Kerveius.
Do I see? I grab a rope, run to the edge, look at Graven, look at the bones, like, I think you got it, and I throw the rope overboard and tie off one of the ends.
Okay. At this point, we're essentially out of combat.
I'll swim back with Yenian.
Yeah, at this point, you've gotten back.
Drop B-shape and climb back onto the boat all sopping wet.
I just collapse on the floor, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. The bow essentially traded your life for damage.
Which is exactly what I asked for.
I'm gonna take my lantern back from Graven before it falls off the edge of the boat.
Actually, I'm holding it.
Yeah, Kerveius had it.
Oh, I'll take it back from Kerveius then.
All right, as you guys
I jokingly play keep away for 3 seconds and then give it to her.
So as you guys...
purposely drip water all over Kerveius and grab the lantern.
Pre-dage clean. I'm done.
Nice, I approve. All right, so as you guys collapse on the boats, exhausted from your encounter with the giant octopus, which is now down 2 tentacles, you collect yourselves, and that's where we'll end tonight's session.